My name once again is Afakuma Apia, and it's truly exciting to come back into your spaces to have conversations on international students and then the graduate school application process. I am very grateful to all of you that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. Charlie, you guys are the real MVPs. For all of you that took time to watch my first video, some of you even went to the extent of even liking the videos. Charlie, you guys are the ones giving me the vimo to continue. You're my energy, my oxygen, my life, like my everything. Quick one. So let's just continue. Yes, and then I really want to apologize. In the first video, the comment section was just turned off. It was not deliberate. I apologize to all of you who wanted to contribute and then engage me in that comment section and then ask some relevant questions as well. I sincerely apologize. That said, if you are new here on this channel, please feel free. You are very, very, very welcome. And let me tell you that on this channel, we talk about international student issue, graduate school applications, scholarship applications, everything concerning students. You don't have to be an international student before you can enjoy this channel, because you know what we also talk about: students in business, like student entrepreneurs, how students can cope with business and then with school itself, how to excel in both, and then even some ideas for startups that demand very little capital, and how to keep your business running while you are still in school. So you have to subscribe and then hear more so that you can develop yourself even as a student. I'm happy that you've subscribed. Have you? Please do, so the next time when I post a video, you'll be the first person to see. That's the whole point. Okay, thank you very much for subscribing. If you haven't, I beg, just subscribe. In today's video, I'll be taking you through a step-by-step guide as to how you can successfully apply for a graduate program here in the US. I'm sure I'm talking about the US now, but I'm sure it's going to be applicable for other countries such as Canada, UK, or many other countries. This to give you a fair idea, but in detail, this is going to be useful for people who are interested in applying for programs here in the US. And this is going to be a first of a longer series I want to run. It's a first because it's like a general overview. So in the coming days, I'll be making videos on each component of these steps that I'll be discussing today. The first step I want to discuss now is that you need to decide on a course. The bachelor's level is like a broader frame or a broader foundation that introduced us to several classes and several knowledge in different fields. So it's like now you have a firm academic foundation. So the master's, it means that you want to master in something specific. It doesn't really have to matter what you did for the undergrad. I'm sure sometimes after the bachelor's you went into certain jobs, and the work experience you have gathered now shows a different career path. So you want to master in a certain path. Probably there is a problem that you have been encountering that you want to understand properly, or you want to know more about. Because you have a bachelor's foundation, it doesn't really matter. You can think about any program that you think will be of relevance to your career now. The second step I want to talk about is that you need to search for a school. Yes, you have to search for a school. So because you already know the program you want to do, or the course you want to master in, or the course you want to take a PhD in, it then becomes easier. So when you Google about the school, or you check the school's website and you find out that this school does not have the program I want to do, you close the school's portal and then you move to the next school in search of your school, or in search of a school that has your program. This is why it's important that you decide on a course. So in my next video, like I said, I'm going to talk about how you should search for schools, and then what you should look out for whenever you are searching for schools. After you have searched for the school, the next thing you need to do, or the next step you need to undertake, is that you need to gather all the required documents. Trust me, I don't hold the sole knowledge or the entire knowledge of all the documents that you need whenever you're applying for school in the US. But I'll try my best to explain some of the required documents that most schools need. The first document you would need is a bachelor's degree certificate. The certificate is to show the year that you graduated and to prove that indeed you have undertaken the bachelor's degree. Is to show that, Charlie, like, you're not lying, you are being truthful. You really went to that school, you really went to Unilag, you really went to Legon, you really went to Tech. On our certificates, we can see the year that we graduated and in the class that you graduated with. So it just gives an idea of that to the school or to the admission body that indeed you have graduated. So that is it. And then we come to the transcript. So when we're like class 1, essay, like high school and all of that. Yes, we had report card. So the transcript is like our university report card, like our terminal report. But so the transcript shows your academic progress and then the grades that you got while you took those classes that you took. So it also tells the classes that you took, and it will help them decide where you best fit and if you really fit into their program. So have the SOP. The SOP is like, tell us about yourselves. Tell us about yourself, the encounters that you have had in the past that has influenced your decision to choose this course. And then why are you choosing this course? Why? And then beyond you choosing this course, why even choosing this course in our school? Because there are like 1,000 schools here in the US, but why that particular school? Why this school? Okay, so think about it. Think about all of those things in your SOP. And then what you do with the program afterwards. These are things that should be seen in your SOP. With time, I'll make a whole video on all of these documents that you would need. Apart from the SOP, another important document that you need is an academic resume. Don't let the name academic resume scare you off. It's very normal, just like all other resumes. But this one should be more geared towards like something academic, the relevant schools that you have attended. Talk about your research interest. Talk about your research skills, like those things, because it's like a research job, and like master's is mostly about research, though some are even taught. But the taught ones still require that you have some research skills to write your essays and your assignments. Okay, so you need to make sure that you talk about maybe the awards that you took while you were in school, the thesis that you wrote. Let them know that you have an idea about what you are going to do. So apart from the resume, you also some schools require that you bring in a proposal. I'll mention the proposal and then I'll also talk about the research interest. So the research interest is like I said earlier, apart from the general knowledge that we have from the bachelor's level, what do you want to do? Let's say, for example, I read political science, but my research interest is in the area of public policy. And even in public policy, I research into health policies. So you see, it's very broad. So what do you want to do? Like, so you just mention it to them in your SOPs or in wherever areas that the school requires that you indicate your research interest. But apart from the research interest, some schools require that you present a proposal. The school will set the page or the template or the time or or the guide that can help you to submit a proposal that will fit their own requirements. So the proposal is generally like something about your research interest, what the problem is, how do you intend solving the problems, as in which research methods are you going to use, which data collection techniques are you going to use, and then sources of data, and then some of the stuff that have already been done in that particular field, as in some of the existing literature. So it's either a research interest or a proposal. But in my own case, right from my master's to the PhD level, I have no school or none of the school that I applied to has ever asked me to submit a proposal before. All what they've demanded is like my research interest, and I inculcate this in the SOP. So it can happen in that way, but have a fair idea that this is to give you a fair idea of the needed document. And then we have recommendation letters. These are letters from your referees, people who know you, your professors, people that you have worked with before. It speaks about your potential and what you can do. So they are vouching for you. They are guaranteeing that indeed you are a good fit for the program. And some of the schools require that bring two recommendation letters or bring 3 recommendation letters. So some schools, not all schools, will ask that you bring in certain tests. For graduate programs, this is like GRE. So GRE is to show that you have like quantitative and verbal strength to take a graduate program. They just want to know your strength, but not all schools require, so don't be afraid. So when you're searching for schools, you can check schools in the US that do not require GRE, and schools, if you have it just make your search more easier, because for schools that require it, it means you have it already. Like I said earlier, these documents are often the requisite that most schools demand if you want to apply, or if you want to school here in the US. If you know of any other document that any school in the US has asked before, please mention it in the comment section. Let's us all learn together, and we will truly appreciate you. And then when you finish gathering all of these documents, you need to pay an application fee. I'm sure, and I know that some schools, a few schools actually here in the US do not demand application fee. But for international students, we have application fees that you are supposed to pay. Even when you go on the schools, some schools' websites, the Americans themselves pay different application fees from we, the international student. That is their own prerogative. They have decided it is their country, it is their school. So they have decided that Americans are supposed to pay 50, international students should pay 70 or 80, and that is their business. Yours is just to pay, Charlie. So if it is 80, just pay. So those to give you a fair idea, those of you who are planning to apply for school this year, just know that some schools require for application fees. It could be between 50 or even 40. I think that when I was in Eastern Illinois University, I paid about $30 in 2018. I don't know how much it costs now. So it can be from, let's say, 30 to even 150. So look for your strength. Have a budget for the so that when you're applying and you're asked to pay the application fees, it will not come as a surprise to you. And then apart from the application fees payment, you should also make sure that you have submitted the application. Click on it, submit it, and like I said, it will be good if you stick to the submission instructions. So today I just came to give you an overview of the steps that you need to go through whenever you want to apply for a program here in the US. This is for those who want to apply for graduate programs like masters and then for their PhD. Eventually, I'll bring in people who are well versed in the undergrad application process to also share their views on how to apply if you want to have your undergrad studies. If you enjoyed this video, please and please and please and please and please, I'm begging you, I beg, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that whenever I upload a video, you'll be the first person to see it. If you are old here, I love you and you all have a great week.